Okay, so a breakup, it feels like your whole world is ending, right? The pain is so intense, the panic is real, and literally every single instinct in your body is screaming at you to fix it, like right now. But what if I told you the most powerful tool you have isn't your phone, but your patience? Let's dive into how time can completely transform your post-breakup strategy.
And I get it. That feeling is it's overwhelming. It's this crazy mix of desperation and this deep fear of loss and a need to get some control back when you feel completely powerless. You honestly feel like if you don't reach out, you're losing them more and more with every second that passes. That feeling is totally valid, but listen to me. Acting on it is the single biggest mistake you can make.
This analogy from relationship coach Lee, man, it just perfectly sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. Getting an ex back, or heck, even just healing the right way, it's a lot like baking a cake. Time is a crucial ingredient in that recipe. You can't rush it. You can't just crank up the heat and expect a better result. You're just going to burn the whole thing to a crisp.
So this is where we get to the central paradox of this whole situation. Your gut, your instincts, they're all telling you to act, to fight, to chase them down. But the most effective strategy, the one that actually creates the space for them to miss you, is to do the complete opposite. Absolutely nothing at all.
So just look at this slide for a second. It's a perfect contrast. On one side, you've got your natural reactions, total panic, that feeling of insane urgency, and the desire to just get some control back. And on the other side, the winning strategy, patience, strategic silence, and just letting time do its thing. See, your panic just tells them they made the right call, but your patience, that's what makes them start to question everything.
And this whole strategy, it has a name. It's the no contact rule. And it is so crucial to understand what this is. This is not some mind game. It's not a trick. It's about respecting their decision by giving them exactly what they said they wanted, the breakup. You're giving them your complete absence, and that is the only thing that creates the space for their feelings to actually change.
All right, let's really dig into the why here. Why is giving into that panic so just self-sabotaging? Why does chasing them and texting them and calling them actually guarantee they're just going to move on faster?
Look, when you stay in contact, you're basically making this whole breakup thing painless for them. You're giving them all the comfort of having you around without any of the commitment. They don't have to actually feel what it's like to lose you. They have zero fear that you're gone for good. And it just completely confirms for them that leaving was the right move because, hey, look, you're still right there.
And this is the thing you have to understand. It doesn't matter how cool or casual you try to play it. Any communication from you, any text, any call, it sends one single crystal clear message. I'm still here, I'm still interested, and you are in no danger of losing me. You are literally handing them the breakup on easy mode.
This right here, this slide, nails the power dynamic. When someone breaks up with you, they automatically feel more powerful, more in control, more attractive. They feel like they could do better. And every time you chase them, you're just proving them right. You're showing them that they hold all the cards and can snap their fingers and get you back whenever they want.
Okay, so now let's flip the script. Enough about what you're doing. Let's talk about what's happening inside their head when you just disappear. This is where the magic really starts to happen.
You see, during no contact, your ex goes through this really predictable set of stages. First, any anger or relief they felt starts to cool off. Then, they begin to actually experience the reality of you being gone, the void you left. That leads to them remembering the good times, the things they miss about you, and finally, as more time goes by, this little fear of permanent loss starts to creep in. Your silence isn't passive. It's an active, powerful force.
And this is a really important distinction to make. For the person who did the breaking up, the decision is just an idea. It's a concept. They've thought about it, sure, but they haven't actually lived it. No contact is the thing that forces them to actually live the reality of life without you for the very first time.
I know it sounds so simple, almost too simple, but it is the absolute 100% truth. You cannot miss something that is still there. The feeling of missing someone requires one non-negotiable ingredient, their absence, and time is what creates that absence.
Okay, so this is the pivot point. This is where all that hard work, all that patience and discipline really starts to pay off. Because the silence doesn't just make them miss you, it fundamentally shifts the power dynamic of the entire situation.
Just take a look at this. Right at the breakup, they've got all the power, 100% of it. It was their call. But after a period of disciplined no contact, that power starts to balance out. As they start to really feel the loss,
you start to get your strength back, to find your footing again.
And you know what creates that shift? Your strength. When they see that you are actually strong enough to give them the breakup they asked for and walk away, your value just skyrockets. It plants a seed of doubt. They start wondering if they made a huge mistake, because a strong, valuable person isn't someone you just let go of. Suddenly, your scarcity is your power.
What's happening here is basically a total role reversal. That complete control they felt is slowly being replaced by this nagging fear that they might have lost you for good. And that urgency and panic you felt at the beginning, yeah, that starts becoming their problem. So what's the end game here? What's the real goal? It's not just about getting them back in a panic, right? It's about playing the long game, using this time to create the potential for a relationship that's actually stronger and more stable than the one you just lost.
And the payoffs for that patience? Oh, they are huge. They learn the hard way what life is really like without you. Any reunion that happens after a genuine absence feels incredibly powerful. And maybe most importantly, this time gives you the chance to work on yourself, to heal and to become a stronger, more secure version of yourself, which, let's be honest, is the most attractive thing you can possibly be.
And this quote, it just perfectly captures the emotional gut punch of a reunion that's been done the right way. When someone has truly experienced you being gone and they fear that they lost you forever, seeing you again isn't just a casual, hey, how are you? It's this overwhelming, emotional event. It feels like something precious that was lost has finally been found.
Okay, but one last, and I mean vital, piece of advice. If they do come back, you have to move slowly. Don't just jump right back into the relationship where you left off, because if you do, they can get this weird buyer's remorse and pull back again. Let them feel like they are earning you back, rebuilding that trust one step at a time. That gradual process is what creates a truly stable foundation for the future.
So let's end with this question right here. Giving them time and space can absolutely make them miss the person you were. But the real power is in how you use that same time. How are you going to use it to heal, to grow, and to become the person that if you do get that second chance, they realize they absolutely cannot afford to lose ever again? The real power isn't just in the waiting, it's in who you're becoming while you wait.